Barbershop Conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So, someone said to me today, what do I think of Errol Spence and why I think he's so good? And my first response was, because Floyd Mayweather said so. And if he ain't no, I would deem him as a Don Juan of, in contemporary boxing. You know what I mean? Like, he fully understands 50-0, understands both sides, business and actual in the ring situations. And um, I can't go against what Floyd said. You know, Floyd has really sparred him. And let me back this story up so everybody knows how I've come around to my liking to Errol Spence. Dante told me about, well, I knew who Errol Spence was, but he said Errol Spence is the next best thing. And I was like, really? I think he's good. I think he's sturdy. But I need to see more out of him. And then obviously, you know, the conversation I had with Earl and Derek James at the Marriott Barclay, and I said, I need to see you beat Kell Brook. You beat Kell Brook. I think you're really good. And then I actually ended up picking Errol Spence about 2 o'clock that night. I think I did that video. Check the time on that video. I did that video with the last May. Excuse me. And since then, I've come to find out that Errol Spence is the truth. Now, I will say this, and this is gonna cause some melee in the comment section, but you got to say the truth is the truth. I thought Kell Brook was damaged goods. I thought Kell Brook was injured in the Triple G fight. And if you go to my videos, it will tell you that. And Floyd Mayweather said the same thing. Floyd Mayweather said the exact same thing a day or two later, I found out. So it's not me reiterating what Floyd Mayweather said. I said something to the effect that the fight was fixed, or he was injured before the fight, and Mayweather said something similar to that. I believe it was on Fight Hype or maybe social medias or something like that. And so I do believe Kell Brook was damaged goods going into the Errol Spence fight. I do believe Errol Spence still beats him. I think Errol Spence is that good. I think it would have come down to the 11th and 12th round, which it ultimately did, but he ended up stopping him. We all know when one part of the body is injured, the other side of the body overcompensates. I don't know what that have to do with the orbital bone or anything like that, and I'm not demeaning his win. I think Errol Spence is the truth because Floyd Mayweather told me personally. I actually did the interview that day after the Sean Porter Adrian Broner fight. I was there. Errol Spence was to his right, and it's on my channel, June something 2016, I believe that fight was. That was the day. It was 3 fights on that day. I thought you had Andre Ward fighting Brand, if my memory serves me correctly, on BET. And you had, who else? It was someone else fighting that night as well. But, and that's what I think. I think Errol Spence is the goods, man. I think all roads leads through Errol Spence at 147. And he's spectacular. And I will say this, Errol Spence got to get into the ring with someone of substance moving forward. I believe one of his next 2 fights has to be a great fight, a great name. I think the winner of Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, is a great matchup. I think if Keith Thurman gets a fight under him, if he gets a fight under him, I believe that summer matchup would be great. I don't know if they going Danny Garcia winner, Sean Porter winner to unify with Keith Thurman, or they're going straight to Errol Spence. I have no idea how they're going to play their hand. I've heard some conversations, but I genuinely don't know which direction they're going to go. But I will tell you this. Well, I'll do that in another video about. Anyways, man. Um, so that's what I feel about the situation. I think Errol Spence is the truth. I think I said it in video last week. He's the favorite against anybody at 147. Can Errol Spence be beat? Yes, Errol Spence can be beat. Um, but it takes a hell of a fighter to beat him. It's gonna take a hell of a. It's gonna take a. I see the great thing about covering boxing is you really see. I'm a welterweight per se, right? I can get to 147, whatever the case may be. So I judge myself at 147. So when I stand against Floyd Mayweather is a little 147 guy. Little. I mean tiny. Um, I'm thicker than Floyd, right? And when I look at Sean Porter, he is the thickest 147 guy. I'm trying to give you guys a barometer. So like I played basketball with them for Conor McGregor, and Sean is real sturdy. And Errol Spence is the widest and the biggest. You know what I mean? He is, in addition to being sturdy, he's the big brother of them all, I would say. And you guys know I typically interview Errol Spence at every fight. I expect him to be there in New York. It makes for great theatrics because obviously everyone is going to ask the same question: are you fighting a winner? Mikey Garcia, that's what people want to hear on in the boxing stratosphere. So you will be asked those. You will be hearing those questions. But you got to see Errol Spence in person. He's a big dude. He's really genuinely a big dude. I think he can unify at 40. I saw. What's that? Another Prime delivery? I'll talk to you after I do this video. So I think he's, where was that? The sturdiest, I would say. And I was off to a great point. Oh, about him wanting to fight him. And I think Danny Garcia is more on the lean side. I think Danny is more on the lines of Floyd Mayweather. I think he has more power in his left. Well, no, because Floyd Mayweather at 35 was an assassin. But yeah, so that's what I think of Earl Spence. I think he's the goods. I think that if he doesn't get the Mikey Garcia fight, he needs to fight a name at 147. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I think Errol Spence can unify at 47 and 54. 160 might be a stretch because those are some big dudes. If you've seen Daniel Jacobs in person, you'll know you look at Daniel Jacobs' legs, they're really big. Um, uh, Canelo is short, but he's a big dude. I haven't seen Jaime McGee in person. I know he's 54, but Jamel Charlo, I would say um, Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo are one of the same. I think because keep in mind we're looking at Errol Spence at 47 when he weighs in. So at 54, I think Errol Spence is much more defined. I'm trying to give you guys of what Errol Spence will look like. Errol Spence will look at Kell Brook at 154, but just the best version of Kell Brook's ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of physical stature. But I think Earl will have a great shot at unifying at 47 and 54. I think that, like I said, I believe Sean Porter will win this fight. I think that is a fight. That is a fight of the year candidate because you're going up against a guy who has. I think Sean Porter is the. He tricks you. He has that Mikey Garcia in him. Where he has the dog of the dogs. You obviously know who I have in that fight, but I think that is a hell of a fight. Y'all think this shit is a wash. I don't think so. I don't think it's a wash with Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia. I think those are 12-round fights. Could it be knockdowns? Sure. I think it's a 12-round fight, though. I think it's hard to knock someone out in their prime. I genuinely believe it's hard to knock out an A-level fighter in their prime. Um, it will take you about, well, the most obvious one we've seen was Paul Williams, right? That's the first one that comes to my mind. But those are rare. You know, to knock somebody out in their prime, those are exceptionally rare. But that's a fun fight. Sean Porter, Errol Spence. I think that makes good theatrics. The irony is, who will be the bad boy? Who will be the heel in that fight? Right? Those two are they're great gentlemen, great ambassadors of boxing. Errol Spence is starting to speak a little more. Sean Porter is coming into his own. So that's a hell of a fight. That's a hell of a fight. Does Sean Porter need to fight at his A level? Yes. Does Errol Spence need to fight? I don't think Errol Spence can beat Sean Porter with the B level fight game. I don't. I think the best Errol Spence has to come to that fight. I just believe it. I think. I wish Keith Thurman wouldn't have stopped his momentum. Then the 147-pound division would be red hot, super duper red hot. Man, he killed his momentum, man. He basically, as they say, shot himself in the foot, man. Even if he would have fought a bum after Danny Garcia, that would have been acceptable. You know, I understand he got married and he was trying to get citizenship for his wife, and that's respectable. That's commendable. So I'm not, so you can't dog him for that. You know, boxing is only a segment of your life, but your wife is forever. So I would align myself with the decision Keith Thurman has made in terms of gaining citizenship for his wife and being there for her. But after next Saturday, from what I've heard about Showtime, they're gonna be real aggressive next year. We're gonna get about 6 fights, I think, between 4 and 6 fights next year. That's gonna make you happy. And so on and so forth. So, what else? I'm trying to put everything in one video tonight because I'm going to bed. My body is just completely exasperated, man, from training so hard. As you guys know, I get there Wednesday. And it's going to be fun. So, anyways, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, you guys know who I have in that race. Errol Spence, Sean Porter, you guys know who I have in that race. Like, it's just, and that's going to make good banter, especially on YouTube. You know, I'm gonna catch hell on that one. I already know from everyone, and it's okay. You guys know I can. Well, if I can handle this, I could definitely handle that. I have fun with the bantering for this Sean Porter, Errol Spence situation, and whatever else survived from that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. So to answer that young man's question who asked me why do I think Errol Spence is the good, because Floyd Mayweather said so, and that's the reality of it. And do I think Errol Spence can be beat? I think Errol Spence can be beat. Do I think you have to be on your A level to fight Errol Spence? Yes, you have to be on your A level to fight Errol Spence. I don't think Errol Spence, and keep it real, I've never seen Errol Spence disappoint me. I've never seen Errol Spence not fight at an A level. Even when he fought Chris Algieri, Leonard Bundu, Ocampo, he walked right through him. You know what I mean? So we can't say Errol Spence has ever taken his B level to the ring. You know, he's done exactly what you anticipated and or expected. So, but it's going to be hot and heavy in New York. We got Deontay Wilder should be there. His brother's fighting on the undercard. So I expect him to be there. You obviously expect Broner, Tank Davis to be there. Hopefully the Charlos will show up. And if the Charlos show up, we got everyone we need to be there. So it's going to be rocking and rolling. Obviously Errol Spence will be there because it's going to lead for great theater. Hopefully Mikey Garcia will be there. You know, I've never seen Mikey Garcia in Barclay just for kicks. I've never seen that. So he usually comes to a lot of LA fights, but I've never seen him just go to a Brooklyn fight. So maybe he will be there, and we hope Keith Thurman will be there. That will make we're going to run to Keith Thurman and get a sound bite from him, but maybe he doesn't want to see the media just yet. Maybe he wanted to get down in weight or something like that. I have no idea. So, but anyways, man, barbershop conversations. Errol Spence is the truth because Floyd Mayweather say so. I think out of those three, I think Sean Porter is the toughest fight for him. I think Sean Porter's sturdiness. I think Sean Porter's density, because Keith Thurman isn't on the dense side. Danny Garcia is the least dense of the three. I think Sean Porter's athleticism gives him the toughest fight. Yeah, man, it's a great fight. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. And the same thing I told Kenny Porter, if you get that opportunity, if you get the opportunity to fight Errol Spence, that's your Hall of Fame fight. That's your Hall of Fame fight. And you win that, you shock the world, because the betting line will be heavy Errol Spence. You already know I'm taking the odds on Sean Porter in that. I'm taking the odds on that. You know what I mean? The odds going to be great. So that's that. Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. I just thought I'd reach out to you guys tonight. I'm going to bed to dry the washing machine. I was just waiting for the washer to get done, because when you work out like so much, I can't keep my clothes in the dirty hamper because they stink up the bathroom. So I got to wash like every 2 days now. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man, feel free, hit the subscribe button. If you're waiting to go work out, get your butt up and go work out. And take someone with you, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your wife, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, your best friend. Take someone with you to the gym. You know what I mean? Everyone start actually living your best life. Not what Instagram design or tells you what your best life is. Actually living your best life. And watch how beautiful, man. Anyways, man. I don't know, it's 17 minutes. It's long enough. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.